Hi, everyone. Welcome to Relatable. I am your host, Michele. So excited about today's show. We're doing things a little bit differently. You can probably see there's people in the background, and you're going to find out why in a minute. This is going to be our Giving Tuesday interactive fundraiser, and it's going to be as telethon styled as we can get. So hang in with us. We have three major objectives today. We, of course, want to entertain you. And we want to celebrate interdependence. We want to inspire you to do the same. And we'll talk more about what interdependence is. And of course, this show is about donating to my favorite nonprofit, the Relational Center, or affectionately, as we all call it in this room, TRC. You've heard me talk about TRC so many times on the show. Several relatable guests have been people that I've met through TRC. So there's through relationships there. And just as a refresher, if you haven't heard me talk about it in a while, what the Relational Center is, it's a community and a counseling center that serves the Southern California area. They do institutional training to help those that are advocating for social justice. At the core of their existence, they promote personal, interpersonal, and social practices that help people build strong and resilient relationships. And why do I always talk about that? Because that's so essential to our health and how we interact with each other. And so, we take it for granted sometimes, relationship building, but it's very important. Their programs provide healing, support, a space for community building, and tools for leadership. So here's what's going to happen today on the show. These lovely people back here and sitting next to me, look at that. I mean, we haven't had coffee yet, and we've got that much energy. We are going to celebrate relationships and, the relationships that we have with each other, and then the other people that make up our Interdependence tribe. And interdependence means these are people we rely on. These are people that are in our lives for a reason. They give us support. We don't talk about this word a lot. We sometimes think through social media it's all about independence, but nobody is independent. We've all been inspired by people that help guide us and even challenge us to get us where we are. And so we really want to celebrate that. And as we're talking about it, really think about the relationships in your life too. So we're going to be doing that. And the best part of today's show, so you, the viewer, have heard me over a course of 2 years issue you a social challenge for you to try during the week. But we're turning the tables on the social challenges today. So you get to tell us when to take one. And so what we want you to do is, when you're feeling inspired to donate, just comment in the comments on Facebook, challenge. And I will stop. Everybody will stop what we're doing. We're going to pull a challenge out of this bowl, and they're going to do it. And I trust me when I tell you they are silly and ridiculous, and you want these people to do these challenges. So when you feel inspired to donate, just put out the word challenge, and they are going to do some silly things behind me. It's going to be chaotic. To sweeten the deal, I also have my Relator bracelet on with a pressed penny that says Relator. So anybody that donates with that link today in the comments will get this bracelet. Somebody donates $100 or more is going to get this bracelet. I'm personally going to hand string it, so you can let me know your wrist size and make sure that it fits. It's a little stretchy bracelet. This is Sodalite, which is known as a communication stone, but it has this little pressed penny. It is actually a penny, and it says Relator on it. So if you're wanting to set a new intention, I want to relate better, and I really want to, lean into understanding people, this is a great time to do that, getting together with family, and you want this reminder, you can get one if you donate $100 or more today. So that's what you get to do. You get to control what they're going to do back there. And if you're feeling inspired, donate $100 or more, and you're going to get this cool bracelet. All right. So with that, I'm going to let you meet everybody that's in the studio today. So they're just going to say their name and maybe what's your favorite holiday tradition? So I'm going to start with Angela here in the blue. Favorite holiday tradition? Stuffing stocking. All right. Cassidy.
I have to say how my nieces jump on at 4 a.m. in the morning.
And Dan. And then napping, right? yeah, of course. And Kara, what's your favorite?
I have to say the opening of the presents with the whole family near the fireplace.
Yeah. I remember when we were little, I always had to smell coffee, because I know that my stepdad had to have his coffee before we could open up. Yeah. And so the smell of coffee is like gifts are coming into my mind. Yeah. All right. So, you guys know the rules. You get this? Like, you want to donate, you get to challenge us. We're going to do some fun things, and I'll give an example of what that's going to look like so you're really encouraged in a minute. But first, let's really meet this lovely lady next to me and learn a little bit more about her and TRC and all the good stuff. So this is Kiara Bernhardt. She has, she's been a TRC person for a long time. So I know we've crossed paths on fundraisers and things like that. Tell me, what does TRC mean to you?
TRC to me is a second home. It is a place where I leave and I miss. Yeah. It is it's my community. It's my community where whenever I'm feeling down or isolated, I can come here and really be my authentic self and find connection and find compassion from people and find understanding.
That's nice. Feels like you almost describe home in all of those words.
Yeah. What does interdependence mean to you?
Interdependence is a word that I have been, trying to practice more and more as I have been at TRC. Interdependence to me means that I do not exist without the other. That's a nice way to say. And so when I say that, I also mean that my happiness does not exist without the other, and also my sadness doesn't exist without the other. So what that means is that we are contextual beings. We're relational beings. Yeah. And we cannot survive, we cannot thrive in isolation or on our own. Yeah. So we have needs. What it means to be human is it's having needs of others and depending on others and relying on others and then giving back. And in that process, you nurture your own life. And if you nurture yourself, you're also nurturing your relationships. And if you nurture your relationships, you're also nurturing yourself.
I love that.
One cannot
so if you take care of yourself and relate well with yourself and lean into healthiness, and that kind of ripples into the relationships that you have and comes back to you. Yeah. Beautiful, right? Like, interdependence is such a beautiful thing. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah, and it's a need. Yeah. It's a human, it's kind of like a human law. We can't relate we can't survive without other people.
Absolutely. Why is something like Giving Tuesday so important to an organization like the Relational Center?
So we need days like this, and we need people like you to donate, because we don't get any other funding, be it federal. We don't have a steady income, so we really rely on people that resonate with our mission, which is to reduce isolation and bring back the power of relationships, to help our organization stay afloat and grow. And the reason we don't take federal funding is because we like to have the freedom to express our values and our mission. And that is to, depathologize the mental health field and really move out of individualized care to a more community-based care, which we feel community is, an essential part of healing. Yeah. So we really need today for people like you to give and to, support our organization, because we can't do it without you.
Yeah. And I want to get back to why we don't take federal funds. Aren't there things, if we did take federal funds, we would have to report things that we feel as a community and as an organization are private to the person that's using the services, and we don't want to report these things.
Right. Yeah. Right. We don't want to report, and we don't want to put people in a box. Yeah. We don't want to, slap on a diagnosis and say, you're this and forever you're, we believe that, although diagnosis can be helpful, they can also put people in a box, and we don't want to, we don't want to make people just stay in that box for the rest of their lives.
And it's not just diagnosis; it's like labels and gender roles, and So this is why it's so important on a day like this that people do, even if it's just a little bit, whatever you can do, just to donate. That it really helps serve people that may not be able to get served anywhere else, in terms of counseling, in terms of tools to heal, tools to grow in their community, find their community. Another thing that I love about TRC is it's not just the counseling, it's like it's in practice interdependence that we show and offer all these different groups where people can find their own tribe, they can find their community.
And they can be their authentic selves without fear of being judged or criticized or stereotyped.
My favorite thing to do, my favorite group is Tell Your Story. Where we get in a group for like 6 weeks and we all take turns telling a story and then relating to that story. And it's just so amazing. And like, there's something magical about learning in a group dynamic anyhow, like that. Whenever you decide to commit to a group, like there's just something so warm and meaningful that happens that you've committed to being with them over a period of time and you're learning and growing together. That's just, it's like the good stuff that you...
And it's just people showing their humanity to other people. It's people choosing to be vulnerable and letting that vulnerability be their strength. And letting that vulnerability be the thing that connects them to other humans.
Totally. Well, I feel like I'm going to, if you're just tuning in and you don't know the rules of what today is about, and I know that someone snuck in, that's Lisa in the back corner. Lisa, give a little, yay! If you don't know the rules yet, so what you're getting to do is turn the tables and actually control the flow of the show today by issuing or telling us to draw a challenge out of the bowl. And by doing that, we hope that you'll donate to like see this action happen because you just created it. But I'm going to give an example of it so you know how silly and exciting this can be. So you guys ready back there?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to dig in. All right. Okay. So the challenge is, and I'm going to, who do you think should take it?
I think Cassidy should.
Yeah, it's Cassidy. Okay, Cassidy, hold something up that makes you smile. That represents something that makes you smile. That is good. All right. So now you guys know the flow of what's going to happen. And if you want to donate, you get to make that happen. And I'm telling you, there's all kinds of goofy stuff in there. I know everything that's in there. And it's goofy. And I want to make them do these things. But we'll just continue in our interview until someone signs the challenge. What else do you think it's really important for people to know as they're considering donating? I mean, I know there's a lot of competition today for Giving Tuesday. What do you think is the most important thing?
I think that people should know that TRC is really, a beacon of hope for like all the suffering that's happening in the world right now. People need time to be themselves, express their dark emotions, express their grief, and people need spaces to be seen. And at TRC, we try not to impose our experience onto another, but we try to see people in their authentic and vulnerable experience and provide acceptance and compassion from there. And I think that people really, really vibe with that, really resonate with that. And what I've heard from people that maybe have gone through other, mental health centers and come to TRC is that just the amount of acceptance and the amount of working with instead of working over or telling someone what to do so that they change. We're telling people, you don't need to change. You just need to accept and integrate all of these parts of your experience and understand, understand yourself. And from that point, give yourself compassion. And that is just kind of the fabric of TRC. This accepting, this integration of who you are right now, not the person you want to become. And then the power of seeing someone at exactly where they are in relationship. And just fostering that.
It's beautiful. So, it's beautiful. It's like a reminder. There's not a one size fits all to healing or to growth or to learning. Like we are so unique, like snowflakes. Or like special, not to be confused with liberal snowflakes. We are not. That's terrible. No, but snowflakes. It's just plain snowflakes. We are all so unique, and that's a thing that I love about TRC too. It's like it just meets people it's a place where it meets you where you are, you know, and they'll listen. And yeah, there's a ton of tools that the counselors, that the, you know, that everybody that works there has to help people. But by no means is it like, here's the only process that we offer. Like, we listen and help people and meet them where they are, and stay a part of that, and like, and provide all these. I love the groups. I have to come back to that. Like, you know, it's one thing to go and sit with the therapist and one-on-one and maybe learn some things that will help you have better relationships or healthy relationships. But it's a whole nother thing to have an organization provide that in practice.
Yeah. And provide, like you said, the groups and classes that get you out of isolation.
Yes.
And get you not only learning about yourself, but learning about yourself in regards to a community. Yeah. Yeah.
So the healing, the practice, all of these things happen at the Relational Center. All right. Is there anything else? I think we'll bring one of our colleagues up and put them in the hot seat. Is there anything else that you want to share?
No, just that, you know, I love this place. This is a place that I call my second home. And, you know, try it. Try it. If you have doubts or questions, try it out for yourself. Come visit us. Like, our doors are always open. There will always be someone to greet you, or to make you feel as comfortable as possible. And please, we can't stay afloat without you and your donation. So please give us whatever you can. No donation is too small. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yes. All right. Thank you. I think Dan's up. And while we're switching places, I think it's time for another social challenge. If you're just tuning in, you guys get to control when I pull out of this bowl by just donating. Just any amount. As soon as you donate, just comment challenge, and I'll pull something out of there. And these guys get to play and do whatever that thing is. So welcome, Dan. You might, I teased it and then I didn't pull it.
Oh.
I have like,
we're going to do a challenge right now while I get up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? Let's see what it is.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Oh, but I don't have to do it.
It's
I'm
my
sitting
favorite.
here.
Okay. So so I'm going to say the two ladies on this side, you guys get to be in a 60-second hug together. Hey, Cassidy, you want to time it? Yes. So you guys might have remembered we did a hugging show, and we talked about the benefits of hugging and oxytocin. And so these lovely ladies are going to get to participate. Yeah, start.
That's great.
I feel like I should almost give them silence.
Really 60 seconds is a long time.
I know, but it's special.
Especially for a hug. It's a very intimate 60 seconds.
It is.
Yeah. I
feel like we're commentating at a sports thing. Well, the ladies have moved into their 60-second hug. She's got the over-the-shoulder position.
There are a lot of different styles of hugs, yeah.
I see the smile has come out on her face. What else can we say about this? Oh, there's movement. There's movement to the hug. They are circling. They're lapping around the room. There's smiles. I can see the glow just coming up their face. What do you see, Dan?
Definitely see the glow, the warmth, the connection. I think not everybody knows that these two have known each other for years and worked together at the Relational Center.
Do you think that, knowing both of their personalities, do you think they'd be as comfortable if they didn't know each other in a 60-second hug?
3, 2.
Yeah, knowing the two of them probably actually.
Oh, we might have a telethon.
A hugathon.
Hugathon. We might set a Guinness World Book of Records here with a hug. Thank you, ladies. That was awesome. All right.
It was awesome.
So now it's Dan in the hot seat. Dan has been here before. Dan was one of my first guests, I think, on Relatable 2 years ago. Can you believe that?
That's 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been 2 years ago.
Your show's been kicking ass.
It's just here still. We're just here. Yeah. We're still, it's so important. I mean, the show is almost an extension to how I feel about the Relational Center. Of like this concept of relationship. Like sometimes when people bring it up, they're like, "Oh, relationship," but it's so important. It's so essential to our health, and I don't think we can talk about it enough. I think we take it for granted, and so I think the show for me is an extension of the work that I believe in at TRC.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, I think we underestimate how much our evolutionary neurobiology needs each other just to live. This isn't like an afterthought of like, oh, when you're having a bad day once in a while, maybe you need someone, but we literally would not have evolved without each other.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So what does TRC personally mean to you, Dan?
What does TRC mean to me? It's interesting. So not many people know that I had a couple careers before this.
Yeah.
And the one that sort of culminated in my coming back to LA and ending up in nonprofit work was corporate work. And it was just so painful watching how the culture of being so driven by money only and so driven by, pushing people's personal needs aside, really just clicked something for me that I had to dedicate my life to something that built relationships, built community, took care of people, improved people's wellness, and not something that might have made a lot of money for people, but I knew all the people I worked with. They went home tired and angry. They drank every night. They dragged themselves to work resentfully in the morning. And it just didn't seem like that's how humans are supposed to live.
Yeah.
So TRC was, through a sequence of relationships and school and different things, like sort of a magic happenstance for me where I just stumbled into like, oh yeah, this is what I need to be doing. This is where I need to be.
You were in corporate America, and then you went to school for therapy?
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the winding trail. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew what values it had to stand up for. And I went back to school and got my undergrad, which I had never gotten, and then went to grad school in psych because somehow social psychology really interested me. It seemed like that was the avenue to doing this work. And then through that found TRC.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what does this theme of interdependence mean to you?
That's a big one. I think Kiara spoke to it beautifully. I think something that's really been on my mind lately, especially with the sort of political divide in the country and all of that, is people really believe that if they have a thought or a feeling, it somehow came only from them. It just manifested from inside out, and there's no context for it. It doesn't come from relationships or family or their needs or their communities or their religious beliefs or their, all the various things that make us up. And so when we come into conflict, we assume if we disagree, it's us personally. And I think what interdependence means for me in that is we have some reflection to do, right? Where did we go to school? Where did we grow up? Who do we know? What influenced us? Like, who taught us what it means to be in the world with other people? And maybe we don't know all we need to know yet, right? Maybe we need more connections, more relationships, different connections. And we'll probably surprise ourselves that we emerge as a different person. Because of that interdependence, it's not just we are unique and always how we are in every context. We're kind of like a mishmash of all of our experiences.
I think our human experience is to grow. Like some people say, the earth or your time here is like the school, but which I kind of agree. But like there is a natural order of growth, and we do that with each other, whether we like it or not. So we might as well accept it, embrace it, and give it the credit and the celebration that it deserves. It's like people influence us and make us who we are.
One of the things that scares me most is when I meet somebody who truly believes they're done growing and learning. They know everything they need to know about the world. They know how everything works. And anything that suggests they could have a novel experience or learn something or hear a new perspective is just totally unreasonable to them. It is terrifying to me.
It's terrifying because I look at that like that must be painful because again, it's a natural order of things to grow. So if you're like, if you're trying to grow and you're pushing that down, like it has to create some sort of physical, mental, fatigue and pain to resist that. And even more so because there's so many ways we as humans on this earth right now can grow and learn. Like there's constant information coming at us.
Yeah, we weren't,
Challenger!
Who did the challenge?
Hold that thought. Do we get to shout out who it is?
We just got up John Hamilton.
Oh, right. John Hamilton.
Thanks,
Does he
John.
want I'm reading it. Does he want a certain person to take the challenge?
Let's see.
Oh.
He wants
I got it.
Angela.
He wants Angela. Well, he might have to. Angela will participate. We got to all play though.
Uh-oh.
So it's everybody.
Uh-oh.
So here we go. So you're going to use your art materials, and you're going to do one word that best describes the person across from you. One word that best describes, and then hold that up.
Oh, hey, while they're working,
Yeah.
Angela, can you hand me the drawing that we did? Yeah,
Collaborative.
yeah, that one.
It's still in
Aww. Look.
Because,
Frame that.
yeah, definitely got to frame that.
Yeah, that's a framer. Keeper. Framer.
Keeper.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. How are ladies doing on the challenge?
We might need to chat for a minute.
We might need to chat.
Give them a moment.
This is where we can show that
to draw.
this is
Yeah.
interdependence in action. How they know each other and how they reflect on each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So the two in the back have theirs up. We've got fabulous and loving. Ooh, present. Ooh, that's a good one for Angela. Yeah. Present is a good thing. You know she's listening. She's right there. She's very present with her art. All right. And the last word of radiant.
Ooh.
I love it. Radiant, fabulous, present, and loving. Thanks, John, for that challenge. We just learned a little bit about how we reflect in each other. I love it.
Aren't they all amazing?
They're all amazing.
This is who I get to work with all the time.
I know,
it's wonderful.
Well, and anybody
It's
that comes to TRC gets to meet these lovely people too.
Yeah.
And I have good memories and good thoughts and funny things, with all of you. It's awesome. So thanks, John, for that challenge.
Who's next?
There's
Who's the next
maybe
challenge?
more, and some of
We've got
the
a
fun,
bunch
silly
more.
ones have not been pulled yet. So I'm just saying, we're just warming up.
Well, let's try to pull one of the wackier ones while I'm still sitting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do now. Now that you said that, it's going to go the opposite.
Yeah.
It's going to go the opposite. Did we cover the show? Why is it important, do you think, like Giving Tuesday? Why is Giving Tuesday important for an organization like Relational Center?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think I really understood the nonprofit world a decade ago when I first came to work at the Relational Center. I had known people that volunteered. I myself had volunteered at a lot of nonprofits. But it's not until you work at one and you look at the fundraising and you look at the budgeting and you think about how these organizations sustain themselves that you really realize something. And that is, there is not a bountiful source of funding for these organizations for any of us. For so many organizations, it comes down to a handful of relationships that you've formed with funders, with a grantor, with government contracts, and that's the vast, vast minority of nonprofit organizations. Most of them hustle constantly all year, every day, to make ends meet, to make things work. And it gets even harder when you're an organization like us who has certain values about where they're going to take funding from. As you two talked about earlier, we're not secret about our politics. We're not trying to pretend that everything is neutral and objective. We have to stand up for things. There is no neutral. Either you're standing up for something that's going to support everybody's wellness, or you're, kind of allowing the status quo to keep going.
Everybody's key, right?
Everybody is key.
Lots of organizations that don't look at the beautiful melting pot of different people that is truly everybody. That they do a lot of excluding, but not seriously. Yeah,
definitely. And it's just we can't make it clear enough how much we really do need everybody that knows us, everybody that cares about the work we do to support us. We really
keep the lights on,
keep the lights on.
Going.
Yeah, I don't know if most people know that we are almost entirely volunteer run. We don't even have funding for more staff than a couple part-time people to keep to keep things moving. And beyond that, we just have to be totally grateful for donors, volunteers, everybody behind us who works way more hours than their lives actually have time and space for a lot of the time, and with everybody's support, we can keep going and maybe even be more sustainable.
Yeah, and we're so small. Our goal is not that big. So again, even $5 today helps.
Yeah.
So what's our goal right now for
our goal for Giving Tuesday is 15,000, and that's an attempt
15,000?
at making a big chunk out of our 30,000 year end appeal. And that sounds like a lot to some people, but in the scope of nonprofit fundraising, that is tiny.
It is tiny.
That is tiny. That is one or two major gifts if the right people watch this and have access to that. Or it's a few hundred of you that can give, 10, 20, 100, a couple hundred, and we'll get there. Yeah.
And we have all kinds of fun ways that we honor those big donors. We just I know there's a tree that's been set up at the office.
There's a tree, there's parties, there's all sorts.
You could be anonymous too.
Yeah.
We don't, but if you want, we'll really celebrate you. We'll really celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we'll come have coffee with you, drinks with you, hang out with you. We want you in our community. We
might even do lawn work for you. I don't know.
Who knows?
We really
Who knows what we might do?
We really appreciate people that come on board and care about this community the way that we care about this. All right. We got a challenge. All right. Okay. So who's the?
From Katie Kindman.
Katie Kindman. Hi, Katie. The Kindmans. I like the story of the Kindmans.
It's a great story.
Yes. How they've merged. And yes.
Yeah. And we like to take credit for a TRC couple.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We create couples at the Relational Center.
We create power couples.
Yeah.
We create good couples.
We create power couples. Ooh, I like it. Yeah. All right. So let's see if it's an all play or not. And if it's not, then we'll ask what person.
Okay. Did Katie challenge somebody specifically?
She's not.
Okay. Here we
Katie,
go.
do you want to challenge somebody specifically?
It is an all play.
Okay.
So
everybody.
All right.
Okay.
You ready? Is everybody ready?
Right.
Okay. 3 words that are qualities you value in a friendship.
Oh.
This is really good.
It's a good one.
This will show you how broad
That's a good one.
friendship really is, or like what relationship qualities really look like.
Definitely.
I think it's a good thing to think about too. It's like to reflect like, hey, one of mine is like, honor your word. Like it's really important to me that if someone commits, like, but thinking about that is another way to go, oh, look, I can celebrate these people that are, we're really aligned. And
it's interesting that that's the challenge. It's interesting. I think in the last year, even though I've been at the Relational Center for a decade, practically, and talking about relationships forever, it's only been in the past year that a handful of really key friendships have sort of like popped up on my radar. And I've realized that some things I have been sort of missing and not having enough of are friends that are comfortable being sad together. Yeah. Friends that are comfortable seeing your limitations and not immediately trying to pep talk you or fix it.
Yeah.
Friends that can hold how complex and messy life is, and that's not because we're broken and need to fix that as fast as possible and like, oh, quick, take someone to a movie and get them a cocktail because they might feel something. Yeah. And it's really been important lately.
You're the first person I call when I'm in like total it's like I'd say breakthrough moments where I'm like, this is too much. You're the first person that I call. You're that I know Dan can handle my stuff. I'm just gonna say shit. I know he can handle it. Like I'm like freaking out right now, but I know you can handle it. And you calm me down and you give really sound, like, okay, let's just work it out.
That's really touching to hear.
Yeah, I'm
glad I can be that.
Don't play that card. Like it's really important. Yeah. I don't want to call you too much on that, but yeah, you're on my list.
You can call me anytime.
I can call you anytime?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right, you guys ready? All right. 3 words that are qualities in a friendship that you admire. Dan, you want to read some of these?
Sure. Over there on the left with Angela, we've got curiosity, integrity, and humor.
Yeah.
That also kind of describes Angela.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm going to see a trend here, actually. And then Lisa's holding up support, empathy, and laughter, which once again, like, ever since you've been on our board of directors, that's what you bring.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I can't see Cassidy's face, but Cassidy's holding up respect, loyalty, and acceptance. Oh, that's Cassidy in a nutshell. And Kiara's got vulnerability, understanding, and humor. That really is you.
Yeah. Those are amazing.
It's good that you look for in friends things that you offer friends also.
Yeah. It's reflecting. As if you're just tuning in, we just shared words that reflect values and friendship. Maybe you think when you saw those words, like, are you thinking about the friendships in your life? You know, can you celebrate them today in your interdependence with them? Maybe give them, call them and let them know how important they are. Or even better, donate in their name as you think about them. And as you do that, what you're witnessing, what you get to do is sort of take control of the show.
Yeah.
I will pull a challenge out of this bowl. And all these people back here will take that challenge, or one person you can actually call out.
Some or all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still haven't got to the most silly things in there. I'm telling you,
So we need some more challenges.
We need more challenges for sure. Well, Dan, before we bring up the next person, is there anything else that you want people to consider as they think about or are inspired to donate today? Like, what's important?
What's important? Yeah, I think I would just say, we don't have thousands of donors. It's not some giant list of anonymous names that we don't know. We're a small organization, and the list is a small number of people that we know and that we appreciate and that we really, really value the contribution that you make to keep us going.
Yeah. So I hope you're hearing you get a built-in community when you donate too.
Oh yeah. It's an invitation that gets taken up fairly often. You know, if you support us, or even if you don't support us and you need support, you're welcome to come be a part of anything we're doing.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's say I think Angela's next in the hot seat.
All right.
Thanks, Dan, for
Thank
joining
you.
us again. I hope the crazy challenge you get now. Okay. She needs it. This is live, so we're challenging her. Are you having a hard time on this receiver? Okay. Can, Dan, can you switch mics with Angela? It's not a social challenge. Maybe we'll give you guys one while we're waiting for this. How about that? All right. Let's see. Okay. I almost had to say this in sadness voice. Using your art supplies, what do you worry about the most? This is not an awe play. Who wants to do it? What do you worry about the most? Look, they don't worry. Nobody worries at TRC. Kira, you got something? Okay. Kira's going to take the challenge. You can use since you stepped up to take the challenge, you could use multiple words. If you want to draw a picture, you could draw a picture. I feel like I have to play some hold music here. Oh, look at her. Leave it to Cassidy. Yes, Fundy. We are small but mighty. We need more people to support us to be mightier. Is mightier a word? Okay, good. We might have just made it. We maybe just made it up. You have it? Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's important. It's a gift to be present. I mean, there's no joke that present is in that phrase. It's a gift when you're actually standing with someone, being able to listen, being able to share in the now. Very important. Yeah. Do you have tips for being present?
Everyone has their own way, being present, but breath helps me a lot, breath work, and then doing my own self-care.
Yeah. So here, just in case you couldn't hear that, we were talking about what a gift it is to be present and wanting to be present in the relationships in your life. And so she suggested just centering yourself with some breath work, taking the time to just, really collect your physical being and your breath, just to calm down and slow down with somebody. Yeah.
I'm doing that right now.
Are you doing that right now?
I'm doing that right
so you can be present with me?
Yes.
We've done this before. Angela's been on the show before. She really helps to teach people about having a good relationship with food, right? Like how important that relationship is. Important. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, so that's actually part of what the Relational Center has helped support me personally with. And part of why I feel so connected with them. I mean, just like, not only is the Relational Center a place that offers all of the services and all the resources that everyone today has been talking about so far, but it also supports us as therapists to get to think outside the box and get to put something out into the world that maybe isn't there already. It's like innovate and create a niche. And I've seen so many people come through TRC who really they just pioneer a whole new field, or like a field in a nuanced way that, there's so much talent and so much heart at this organization. And I'm 100% in line with what Chiara said a moment ago, which is it's home. It's home. And for me, that support has come in my, merging the fields of nutrition and psychology, and really going and getting a nutritional certification in addition to my psychology degree. And now starting to turn my focus toward soon implementing nutritional interventions in mental health.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing in you sharing that is this is a safe place to grow. So we take that for granted too, that we need safety in our own experience where we can grow, we can pursue our passions and things that are yes, I've been really called to do this. And so this, for you, TRC has provided that you could expand out of the traditional schooling and things that you have to be more creative and to serve people better.
Yes. And I didn't know that was possible. I thought that I would have to stay in my little box over here and maybe stay in this little box over here. It had been a dream to be able to merge them, but now it's a reality.
We have a challenge? All right, hold that thought, Angela. Okay, is it
Just an all-around challenge.
Okay, and who do we get to call out? Zach.
Yay.
Thank you, Zach. All right, I'm digging. I feel like Zach wants a real fun one. Let's see, what do we got? We kind of already talked about this one. Best part about the holiday. You want draw or words to describe best part of the holiday? Okay. Let's see some pictures. We know everybody can spell. And we know everybody has good penmanship. Let's do a 60-second. So this is the Pictionary version. Best part of the holidays.
I wish we had a camera we could zoom in on what they're creating.
Yeah, we can see the art in progress.
Totally.
So we have to commentate. Do you know anybody's specific art skills?
Oh, I don't think I do.
Yeah, so it's one of the things that we have a lovely person that participates with TRC that always donates this thing called a paint and sip, where you can invite a group of your friends to learn how to paint. And so she's teaching as the class is going on. So I know some of us have been in a class where we've drawn trees or whatever, and we got to see each other's art. But we've also were painting and sipping, so I don't know if that's the best reflection.
Right, brings out some more creativity.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. I think we've just got coffee and water here.
We just have coffee and water.
So
we'll see. Oh, do you already have? Oh, Cassidy's ready to go.
Cassidy is on it.
The best part, the holiday nap. The holiday nap. I love it. I love it. I love it. With fuzzy jammas and holiday jammas.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor. The gift of being with people.
I like it. I feel like we should have an art donation now too. If anybody wants one of these pieces of art, you could.
Yes.
If you donate, you can call it your piece of art.
Right.
All right, Dan and Lisa, how are we doing?
I'm not a art.
It's colorful.
That's my creative.
We got food, we got families, we got parties, we got games, we got rest. We got it all.
Yes.
Do you like the holidays?
All of those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Working.
Yes. Games. I love games. I have a fun thing to share that Cassidy has done. So Cassie took a set of Jenga, like the blocks, and wrote challenges, like little dares, almost like what we're doing here. So if you pulled the block out, you'd have to turn it over and take a dare.
I love that.
I mean, come on. Is that the best idea you've ever heard? Like,
Cassidy.
Yeah.
Stop holding out.
So that's just a fun tip that you got. That turns your holiday gathering into a whole nother thing. Yeah. It's fun. So if you want to know what's on her blocks, you could donate right now, and she'd share 10 things that's on her blocks. I know she'd do that. Yeah. Custom blocks. And Lisa.
So, I'm not going to sell this hardware, but I have Canadian friends and one.
I hope that's mine. So we've got family music.
I'm feeling the food. I'm feeling the food.
I'm just going to go with the bottle in the corner. It looks like a tequila bottle to me. It looks like tequila. All right. So, art round. All right, where were we?
Food, resourcing, support, innovation, growth.
Well, so let's talk about interdependence. What does that word mean to you?
Well, because I think a lot about food. I mean, for me, I think that word has come alive primarily as I think about just how like the earth feeds our bodies and our, and the food that we take in feeds our minds. I mean, it's all so connected. And I think that I encountered this word coming alive for me when I started to pay attention to the quality of food I was eating. And I'm actually type 1 diabetic, so like it's super present for me. And when I was diagnosed, I remember really paying attention to like, oh my gosh, like it matters. The quality of food matters. And as I started to try to resource different foods, and I started becoming aware of like farm practices and different ways of, farming and processing foods, and just learned a lot in a really short amount of time. I kind of went down the documentary hole. The documentary rabbit hole.
I've been there.
And it was just so eye-opening. And I just thought like, why are more of us not paying attention to this? And it's true also in our bodies. Biochemically, like microbial relationships, like it's not about eliminating some of these things as much as it's about creating balance. And like really having them be integrated in a harmonious way. So when I think of interdependence, I think of, that it's more an acknowledgement of the reality that we exist in relationship on multiple levels, including this like cellular microbial level. And really just paying that the attention and the mindfulness that it deserves, and working to find the harmony in those relationships.
What comes up for me in sharing that is just how connected everything is.
So connected.
What we put in our body, who we relate with. Just not too long ago, I was at a party and somebody asked me when I told them about the show and what was important to me. This woman said to me, "Do you have pictures of redwoods in your studio?" And I said, "No," and she's like, "Oh, you must get artwork of redwoods." And she explained why. And she's like, that those trees, those magnificent, beautiful trees, they're not rooted far down to the ground. They're rooted on the top, connected to each other.
Oh, wow.
So just like the thought of that, like every part of me got goosebumps to think the most majestic part of nature, they are all connected to each other.
That's so beautiful.
Right?
Oh my God.
I kind of just want to have like redwood pictures everywhere now, It's so cool to think about that. Right? Maybe that's a trip that we get to do at TRC. So amazing. Before we switch chairs again, the hot seat, or move on to something else, what do you want to tell people about as they consider donating? Like, what do you want them to know?
Well, I think it's just what feels really present for me right now too, which is like the reality of the world in which we live, and how important and critical relationships are to how we shape that world. I've been reflecting, as many of us have the last couple of years, I think what's emerging as most present for me is just like this empathy deficit and like how we're not connecting on this human level. And there's like not curiosity and integrity and all of the things that I named as like the qualities I look for in friends, you know? And I know that like I strive to show up as a person in the world who makes choices every day in my interactions with people that I know and interactions with strangers to try to put a little more kindness in the world, to try to put a little more empathy in the world. And I feel like the Relational Center is at ground zero of that work. We are helping people cultivate relationships. We're helping people notice the environment around them and how it's shaping them and the impact they can have back on that environment and how critical we are to each other in that process. You know, we talk about leadership at the Relational Center, and I think a lot of people may imagine something about that word. And my experience of that word in this organization is that it's always, always shared. And that has been so supportive to me personally. And I feel like I watch us blossom, like we're a little microcosm of the values we're hoping to inspire in the world around us, you know, and it's at multiple levels. It's at personal levels. It's at social levels. It's systemic. That's our hope and that's our intention.
And it's not just us or, you know, we that believe this is so important that, we're waking up every day and being more empathetic. That stuff comes back to you. It's just like a beautiful ripple. Like there's so many different things like that happen by you being aware and being curious in the relationships and the encounters that you have with other humans. Like it's so beautiful. I call that grace. Like that magic that would have never happened if I didn't have this curiosity or stop to be present with someone and ask a question and just something beautiful and magical happens.
Yeah, and it feels good. Oh,
they're so cute. Oh, they're like not wanting to interrupt. We got a challenge?
Okay, more challenges.
All right. Okay, who's this one? Oh, that's my mom. I think it's my mom. There might be another Sheila, but it's probably my mom. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to get a good one for
Get a good one. Here comes Sheila.
All right, here comes Sheila. I'll play one word. How do you feel right now?
Oh, thankful. Oh, sorry.
It's all right. We could just say it. Yeah, we can say it.
Yeah, grateful.
Grateful. Thankful.
Giddy.
Lisa?
I think on that same page.
Yeah. There's all kinds of good energy in here. I'm going to pull a bonus one. I don't know what my mom donated, but I think I should match my mom's donation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm feeling generous. All right, what do we got? Because I know we just have, did I one fall out? Okay. So we did already one word that best describes the person. Oh, one word that best describes the person in the chair now. All on Angela. Ooh, highlight.
You can't say self-important. Or you can.
Yeah, or you can. You can say it. Or write it.
Whatever's moving you.
Whatever's moving you.
Oh,
magic.
Cassidy.
Oh, amazing. Magic. Magic.
So much love.
Dan's very careful. It's like loving.
It's okay.
Great.
Did you spell Dan abandoned his drawing. All right. Well, I think so. We are running out of time, so I'm going to keep you in the chair.
Okay.
I know that there's something in here that I still want everybody to do. So I'm just going to try to find it.
You can use your eyes.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This will be a fun way to end the show. All right. So you got 60 seconds to make your best snowflake. There's only 2 pairs of scissors, though. So who's going to take? Oh, she already had one ready.
On it.
All right. So 2 more people can make a snowflake.
Okay.
And these lovely snowflakes could be yours for just a small donation. We will send them to you.
Yes.
So let's see. We'll have 2 more people. We usually in the show, you can do this by their comment or by their working on their snowflakes. We usually in the show by asking or allowing the guests to participate in a heart spell. And what a heart spell is just an opportunity to shout out somebody that's in your interdependence ripple or tribe with you. It could be somebody's, it could be one person, but just someone that you want to acknowledge for being them and being a part of your life. Does someone come to mind?
I'm looking at her.
Oh, no.
She's hiding now.
Yeah.
No, I just, on behalf of all of us, like, well, you are us, you know, and just thank you for taking all this time and sharing your space with us in this time. And like, your support is so incredible, and you're so vocal. You're such a vocal supporter. And we need that, and we love you, and we're so grateful. And I'm also just like sitting with awareness and appreciation of how like it's such a community, like always, you know, and we're just so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. I honestly, I've said, oh, we have one more?
Ooh.
Yes.
Challenge specifically directed to Stephanie.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Michelle had her one of her board.
Oh, Michelle.
So take a dive.
Okay, take a dive. Thanks,
Should I draw
Michelle.
this one?
Michelle, Heather, and I are in a sisterhood because we have these two first names, and anybody that has two first names knows that like you get called the second name all the time. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I don't have art supplies, Heather. What will I do?
Well, we'll improvise together. We're in this together.
We are in this together.
Draw the emoticon that best describes the person you texted last.
Oh, see, we gotta all play this one because we want to see art. Who did I text last?
Oh, see.
Mine would have been. Oh, I know who it is. Okay, I got this. But I need yellow.
Oh, do we have a yellow?
It's okay.
We have a green.
We have a light green.
Light green.
It's okay.
This is a lot of fun watching her draw this.
Say how long is it?
So we'll imagine the yellow added to this. Okay.
Well, so the last text that I sent was a group text. So my dad created a text group of all of the siblings, and it's just called Simply Kids.
Aw.
And so I sent a text to show them the Christmas tree. So they're so
cute.
It was a family group text. It's my favorite group text because normally I don't like group texting. But we're very good about not abusing that group text.
That's wonderful.
Of not sending
We have those agreements.
We get pictures. Yes, it's awesome. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. So how are our snowflakes? Thank you, Heather, for that. How are our snowflakes coming along? All right. We've got.
Not everybody knows how to do that. So,
We're like a Rorschach.
I see a puppy. Doesn't one of his snowflakes look like a
I
puppy?
see a mask. Like
I like it.
yeah, it's an ancient mask.
Oh, it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. That went by so fast. Thank you all for participating. It's not too late. The show will be here all day on Facebook. You can come back. You can watch it. You can tell your friends about it if you donate it. You can tell us, hey, I want that beautiful snowflake that Dan made. It could be yours for a small donation. But thanks for watching and participating with us. This is such a special organization, and if I could wish for a gift for everybody that I know or people that I don't know to have, especially at the holidays, it would be to have a community like this that allows you to grow, that meets you where you are, that allows you to heal, that teaches you things, that that loves you in your mess of life and loves you at your best moments. I wish everybody had a community like this that they could participate in and grow. So it's been a really special part of my life. I wanted to say when Angela was saying her heart swell that I thought I was such a weirdo for caring about this stuff so much. And when I learned about TRC, I'm like, my people!
Yes!
Like, my people, they're talking about relationships. Like, we know this is so important that we need to connect in order to really create solutions that are global, that help everybody, and constantly learning and thinking about how we can do that. So it's the relationalcenter.org. You see the donate link right there in the comments. We hope that you had fun with us. We hope this was fun for you to watch and learn about relationships and how we reflect on our relationships with each other. So thank you for tuning in. Next week's show will be with Pastor Dion from Grace Church. We're going to talk about some spiritual things, going to get spiritual in here. And thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to be in a major group hug after the show. And as always, and you've seen this word come up, you know that this is my tribe here. We just encourage everybody to relate with their core curiosities. Like Angela talked about, she's learned in her time and space with people at the Relational Center that she had a real interest for food. And she started you got curious about it and you went to learn and people supported you in that. So just lean into what you're curious about and start a conversation, and it's magical when you do. See you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.